I think let's start the turn back order. Let's go back to Harvey. He's at the top of my screen.
Fantastic.
Um,
Um,
yeah. What are you doing? Or what do you want to do?
I'm not sure if Harvey noticed Danny entering
I
the
think
shrubs.
okay.
Do
So
you
here's the
think
thing.
he did?
I wanted to bring something up actually. So when Harvey or not Harvey, when Danny shapeshifted into a rat, I I do believe that the light source dissipated. There's no more light source. So the only light now is
Why
coming
is
from
that?
because Danny turned into a rat, right? And the light
Why
was coming
doesn't the light have anything to do with Danny?
It was
because
in my shillelagh.
yeah, in Danny's shillelagh there was a light source.
Oh, that light source. Sorry,
Mhm.
I thought you
Yes.
were referring to the light source in my shield.
No,
I'm
I
so
was gonna say I
sorry.
was saying you Harvey has the only light source.
Okay.
Um, and so um, yeah, that I just wanted to bring that up. It's a little bit dimmer now. The only light source is you, Harvey. Um, I don't think you know that Danny went to the to the source of the vines, but after Betty called it out, you do uh, now maybe believe that the source of the vines is where Betty described, even though that you thought otherwise
Oh no,
previously.
I definitely instantly believed Betty.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure you were a little bit confused, and then Betty cleared it up for you.
I mean, regardless of whether he was steadfast or not, he took Betty's word over his own.
Cool.
It's kind of yeah. He's not an orders man, or sorry, yeah. He's not an order giver. He's an order taker.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's a fighter, right? So like, he knows how to handle himself when you're in the
He
midst of
wants to
combat.
get told where to hit. He doesn't want to be the one telling people where to hit.
Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you
So
know,
if someone else gives him a different target, he's gonna be like, "Okay, yep,
okay,
that's the one.
this is where we're
Let's
going.
do it." Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
So what is Harvey gonna do next? Uh, there are vines all around you.
Okay.
They're trying to get you.
Yeah. So I definitely think that Harvey didn't notice Danny going in, unfortunately.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
I
feel like narratively, like when I shapeshift, my light just winked out.
mhm.
And if you were looking for me, you would see that like they just disappeared in thin air.
Yeah, like I would definitely know that you were around somewhere, but I wouldn't know what you were doing exactly. So I would probably still carry on with my task,
Cool.
which is slamming my fire flail
Yes.
um into the center of this.
That's magnificent. I think you should do that.
Huh?
And depending on your roll, we'll see what Danny then has to roll.
Is that a hack and slash?
Yes, that's a hack and slash.
Uh, I wish I had rolled one lower. I
Which?
got a 7.
Oh, okay. Ooh, interesting. Okay.
Wait,
Uh,
wait, I got a 6.
are you sure about that?
No, my modifier is a 2.
Yeah, that's okay. I think we're gonna have you roll you're hitting the center of this thing, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
I
we'll get
sure am.
we're gonna give Danny a defy danger roll after we resolve um your damage. So with a 7 and 9, it's gonna open you up to an attack as well. So go ahead and roll your damage, and then I'm gonna roll these vine damage. So you're gonna take um 5 points of damage minus your armor.
It's only 2. It's fine.
Okay, I mean for only 2 points of damage, hmm, let's say it this. So this way that Danny doesn't have to roll a defy danger. I think the vines. I think you were trying to hit the massive vines, but I don't think you quite hit the massive vines. I think it sent out some tendrils, and it kind of like disrupted the bulk of your shot. So like you definitely like destroyed or like you hit some vines, but you didn't hit the target, which was the center mass of these vines, which you got some you took some damage. The vines are coming after you, but Danny, you did not have to worry about being hit since the flail did not get that far.
Do I notice the fire?
I think, yeah, I think that you see that I think you feel the impact. You can feel like the vibrations of the vines kind of like make its way to you. So you feel that your companions are hitting the vines and like maybe even getting closer to the center. Um, what do you do
I
when you
just
feel this?
I want to get out of the like core of it.
Okay, tight. Go ahead and roll a defy danger.
Okay.
And yeah, I think it's plus dex. It sounds like you're kind of just running out of there,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
trying to make your way out of there.
8.
Great. On an 8, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. Let's see. You get a worse outcome, a hard bargain, or an ugly choice.
I mean, I feel like that's a kind of easy answer.
Ooh, tell me.
Flames,
Ooh, okay.
engulfing.
Yeah, I think you get a little bit disoriented from some flaming vines, and I think mostly I think you get a little lost. And so it's gonna the next time that we come back to you, you're gonna have to kind of reorient yourself if you want to like resume your attack on these
Okay.
vines. You maybe oh, we were saying Zach or Harvey?
Oh, no, no, no. Finish what you were saying. I have a thing to bring up in a moment.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think Danny, the flames, the flaming vines kind of disorient you in your rat form, and you maybe go a little bit further away than you were planning on doing. And so when we come back to you, we'll figure out what you need to do next.
Okay.
So I overlooked another thing because I'm an idiot. I'm not pausing because I feel like this is worth being talked about
Yeah.
real quick. So for Burning Brand, I didn't realize that the initial tag for the range is touch. I was
Oh,
wondering.
I
Um, I was
yeah.
wondering if I could swap out whenever the tag options is thrown. Could I reflavor that as like a reach or a near?
I think there is a near option, right?
Is there?
Yeah, I think on the maybe on the even on the throne, I think there's a near.
Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right. There is a near. Okay.
So yeah, I
Okay,
think
so
I
I'm gonna go ahead and drop that +1 and that I claimed earlier and
mhm.
be a near since I
Okay.
haven't actually done damage yet.
Yes. Okay. That's perfect. I think that's totally acceptable.
Unfortunately, last session I technically did both. Um,
Don't
but
worry.
in the future,
Yeah.
we'll keep that in mind.
Don't worry
But
about it.
like,
There's a lot of rules,
mhm,
we're still
yeah,
learning. We're
I'm
still
so
learning them all.
sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I think that's totally acceptable. Um,
Cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Cool. So Harvey just did some damage. Danny escaped kind of what she felt or what they felt like was a danger. Betty, what are you and Blue up to?
Me and Blue are rushing for this mass. If I need to make a roll for it, that's fine. But does
Tell me.
it look like the thing is rooted in the ground? Like, can I see that this thing is rooted, or
I think
is it like walking around?
I think we'll just use kind of like with your last observation, and I think with what you understand how this thing works, it's not rooted to the ground. It's definitely moving on top of the ground.
Okay. then yeah, I'm gonna try to have Blue help me out in attacking this thing.
Cool. How are you attacking this
I,
viney monster?
I was gonna say that while it's busy paying attention to Harvey, um, I'm gonna I'm gonna like rush up. I'm gonna tell Blue, Blue, let's play tug of war, dear. And then Blue's gonna like start tugging on one of the vines to get it like off balance, and then I'm gonna try to just like scream for Danni to like watch out, and then just plunge my sword into the middle of this creepy crawly thing.
Cool. That definitely sounds like a hack and slash, and you should definitely add um, Blue's stat to your roll.
Okay. And I get to add a +1 from the earlier discern realities.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Plus strength, 1 from Blue, so +3. So that's 8 plus 3, 11. So you guys just hear Danny, watch out there! And then I stab it, and then I turn to Harvey. Danny's in the plant. That's I rolled a 7 for damage.
For damage? Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
6, 14. Awesome. You see this thing? You stabbed it with your sword, right?
Yeah.
A bunch of green fluid splatters as you deal the bulk of your attack. It's not looking great, but it is still writhing and wriggling. It kind of like you see its vines kind of like shiver a little bit, and they are going to. They're still going after you guys. Folly, what are you doing? You see some vines kind of reinvigorated in a way, trying to get at you.
Question. So, all these vines are technically part of the same mass, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. This might not actually benefit anyone, but I think Harvey is kind of gonna. I want to try to cast light on this plant creature.
Oh,
Ooh,
That's so cool.
That's really cool. Let me
smart idea.
just want to make sure that light. I just want to see the light real quick.
No.
It just says item. It doesn't specifically say if I can cast on a living creature or not. So.
Well, define living.
Yeah.
So I feel like an apple's an item, and an apple is also technically living.
Oh, it says an item you touch.
Yeah, so Folly would have to touch at least one of the vines, right? And then presumably the whole thing would light up. I mean, I think that's super cool. But I think I'm gonna throw it out to you guys. Do we want to include plants as able to take on this light enchantment? So if in the future Folly wants to like maybe light up a tree or something, or another kind of like carnivorous plant, do you guys think that's acceptable?
Yes.
I personally would draw the line at sentience.
Okay, this thing.
Yeah.
I think sentience is kind of like, what really separates animals from objects.
No, for sure.
Yes.
No, I know.
I think it works is because you were casting it on a shillelagh, which is just a cudgel made out of wood. So why is wood? Is it because it's no longer sentient? Like, wood is just dead plant.
Yeah, wood is dead plant, right? There's nothing left living in it, right? A plant is a living thing.
Yeah, I think the issue is less that this thing is a plant and more that it displays some kind of. So it is.
I mean, like it could be like
kind of not intelligence, but some kind of consciousness.
I mean, plants do that as well, like even a Venus flytrap is like, there's like motion, it has like sensory receptors that react to it, which is why it can capture flies and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm voting to.
So
Because Devon said it was just a carnivorous plant, so it's like it's really just going on, I don't know,
it's like instinct in a way, right? So
biology.
I think it's more of like a biological thing, right? Like, are we gonna allow light to be cast on living objects or only dead or inanimate objects?
Hmm.
Because if theoretically, if you could cast it on a living plant, you could cast it on a living human or being.
Well, no, see, that's why there is a distinct difference between like the sentience of, say, a wolf, where it's basic animal instinct driven by chemicals in the brain, as opposed to a plant. There isn't like a being driving that. It's just
It just
kind of a
has.
circuit of living things.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely understand where you're coming from.
So
Where
like
I'm
I
coming
think
from, let me cast a
plants.
spell.
Yeah, I think allowing it to be cast on plants doesn't necessarily mean it can be cast on people.
I think this is a community decision. But I just want it to. I want it to be consistent, right? So if if we cast it on this plant, I want it to be like known that you can cast light on any living plant.
Yes.
Any living plant.
That's my vote.
Yeah, I
Plant.
wouldn't like try casting this on like an animal or a person.
Maybe it
or-
doesn't. Yeah, we can set the rule as on it. It doesn't work on animals, like including beings, persons.
Yeah.
But maybe plants are okay. How
Okay.
do you guys
No.
feel
Like,
about it on plants?
Yeah.
that's kind of where I was
Yeah.
getting at. Was like
Mhm.
I feel like on pretty much any form of plant, except for one that could like talk to us,
Okay,
like that feels acceptable.
okay. I think that's a pretty fair ruling. Cool.
Okay.
So you can definitely cast light on this viney creature or this
Okay.
viney
If you
plant.
cast light on it and it begs for death, then you have to stop.
If it starts talking to me,
Yeah.
No, if
If
it
it's like,
begs for
"Ooh, I
death,
love
then
this shade," that's a no.
Okay.
begs for death, we must be merciful.
God.
Watch me fail this roll after spending like the last 5 minutes arguing about it. Okay, never mind, we're good. That is another 13.
Oh, phenomenal. That's amazing. Yeah. You cast this. Okay, cool. What color do you want the light to be?
I think it's just white this time. I think what happens is like it's the vines are like taking my staff and I'm kind of like sort of just like blindly reaching around because the only source of light is Harvey's shield at this point.
Uh-huh.
And I grab something, and then just the first thing I grab is one of these vines.
That's awesome. Okay, that's super cool, and it looks awesome. You grab hold of one of these vines, and you cast the light spell, and it like the light kind of like goes from the vine and goes all the way down. And you see it like trail down all the way to the mass, and then from the mass you see it like kind of like jumble around, and then it like spreads out to all the other vines, and the light and the whole area lights up, and it's lit up in this brilliant light, and you guys all can see this vine creature, plant monster, and all of its vines are like everywhere, and they're like you can all see them trying to come get at you. I think you should all get since it's like you guys can see it so easily now. I feel like you should all get. I'm gonna give you all advantage on your next attack against this
Heck yeah.
this thing.
Ooh.
That's super cool. Let's see. Let's go back to Harvey.
Okay.
This vines are all lit up. You can see it perfectly. What are you doing?
Has Danni vacated?
You
Yeah.
don't know this, but Danni has vacated.
No. Like I say this.
Oh,
Oh,
you say
Is Danni
stop?
gone?
Hmm.
You hear some rat-like chirps from somewhere outside of the center of the core thing.
Okay,
That'd
fantastic.
be Danny dear.
Fantastic. So you said
Yeah.
like my last attack, I like hit kind of off center.
Yeah.
So I think I left my flail there to kind of fester the flame.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
And I'm just going to drag it across.
Ooh, nice. Okay, that's awesome. That does sound like a hack and slash. Um, and you're gonna take advantage on this roll. I kind of also want to give you like extra damage too, because that sounds awesome. Um, so let's see what you get in your roll, and then I'll see if I'm gonna give you extra damage.
Oh, I'm so glad I got advantage on that. So that was a 14.
Ooh, okay. Oh my God. Okay, yeah. Then go ahead and let's see. This vine thing doesn't like fire at all. Go ahead and take +2 to your damage roll.
10.
Whoa, whoa. Okay, okay.
Whoa.
That's amazing. Okay, this is great. This is way cool. So what you see Harvey drag his flail, his flaming flail, all across this vine plant thing, and it's starting to catch on fire. Um, it's all lit up. You can see this all perfectly clear. Vines are kind of like you see the fire spreading all along its different vines. It's looking real bad. Um, let's see. I think. Let's see. Let's go back to Danny. Danny, you see this vine monster. It's in flames now for the most part. Um, it's not looking very great. Um, I was gonna have you be disoriented, but now since this thing is lit up both by the magical light that Folly enchanted it and also the fire now, um, you can see it perfectly and you know exactly where your companions are and you know exactly where this thing is. What do you want to do?
Is it still writhing?
Yes, but it definitely looks like it's weakening. It's writhing with less vigor than it once was.
I love the word writhing. Okay. Um, I would like to shapeshift once more.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, go for it.
Do you guys think I could do more damage as a rock person? I feel like I could. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna become my rock person.
Cool. So go ahead and roll your shapeshift ability,
Mm,
which is
11.
11. Great. So I think you get to take 3 hold. Um, what do you do? Are you gonna try and attack it in your new rock form?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and
Use
roll.
my tackle move.
Yeah, go ahead and roll hack and slash. Um,
Okay.
even though it's more like bludgeoning. This poor
And
plant.
it's still advantage?
I'm sorry?
It's still advantage?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
11.
Whoa, okay. Fantastic. Go ahead and roll your damage. You're gonna be able to hit this thing, no problem.
Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so my damage is the same. A 6.
Okay. Describe what it looks like when the life leaves this plant.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. So it's writhing in like a weaker way and it's flamed everywhere. And then I become my rock person and I'm just like shredding it and like pounding it, just doing rock type damage until there's nothing left but like a wilted salad where the
Oh,
core used to be. and and then I go ahead and beat out the flames because I don't want to like set the forest on fire.
That's
and yeah.
that's way cool. That's so cool. Okay, great. Yeah. Uh, you all have defeated this viney monster. Uh, Danni smashes it to uh, I was gonna say smithereens. Um, it's dead. It's the vines still glowing. All are hanging limp. Some of them smoldering a little bit. Danni has put out most of the raging flames that were caused by Harvey's flaming flail. Um, and you guys are no longer in immediate danger. Good job.
Let's go team.
Um, so now that you guys are not in immediate danger, I imagine you guys go back to sleep for the rest of the night. I know
Well,
there's.
hold on there, sir,
I-
because I would actually like to use one of my dungeon rations
Oh,
and say that I had a jar of pickles, and I'm gonna pull out the pickles, ask anybody, "You want a pickle there?" And then I'm gonna cut off some of this vine and throw it in the pickle juice to save it for later.
oh, perfect. Great. Love it.
I would like to use the last use of my fire flail to light another campfire.
Oh, nice. Okay, great.
I'm absolutely the fuck not going back to sleep after that.
I
I think I'm too wired too.
that's fair.
Could I do a thing as well?
Yeah, of course.
I would like to use the campfire that Zach lit to light a twig. I don't know what the okay, we have matches in this world. A match
Uh-huh.
and then light up my massive halfling pipe and I'm just like we've been through a lot this night, you guys. And it is important to consecrate the bonds we formed here today with a liberal use of drugs.
I think when you say
And
that, Molly crawls out of her tent and she wakes up very sleepy-eyed and she goes, "Hey guys, what are y'all doing up so late?"
Drugs.
we were just about to do some drugs.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go back to sleep, and she crawls back into her tent.
Don't rush away, Molly. You can be part of this group. You don't always have to look out for numero uno, you know.
You just hear from her tent, "I need my beauty sleep."
Fair enough. I'm gonna like offer the pipe to everyone else, and I need to know what your reactions are.
Ooh. What is this that I'm smoking? Like, can you give me a real world?
Yeah, it's similar to weed, but it's also like from my homeland, and I am a druid. I know a lot about nature, so it's not exactly. It's probably a little more hallucinogenic than you would expect.
It's definitely shrooms.
It's salvia. Okay.
It's salvia.
We're smoking
Like
salvia.
cilia.
So my reaction is like the little Amish boy who had their first drink.
Oh, you're feeling it hard.
Yeah. Just out of it.
Probably walking in a circle around the campfire for like the next 4 hours.
Just like mumbling to yourself, somebody's got to guard the camp. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, just kind of like petting my flail. This is based on a true story, guys.
Where someone had a flail.
Oh,
No, the flail was a dog in this story.
Oh, good. I'm glad it wasn't a euphemism for something else.
Also, when we make camp, I'm allowed to sing healing songs of Spring and Brook, so that we all heal. That's like a halfling ability. I feel like they might have healing abilities, but the songs are not of Spring and Brook exactly.
Yeah, especially for your character, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, they're more like tragic songs of death and decay, but
they're
still healing.
they're like
Honestly, I thought it was going to be about bitches and drugs. I thought you were just gonna rap for us.
Every character I play, no matter what campaign, is like this close to being a bard, and I hate that.
Alyssa, you need to just.
I know you should just play a bard.
Bard. Yeah.
Wait, guys, we still need to have our all bard campaign.
Oh my
I
god.
rolled badly, so everybody only heals 2 damage.
Oh, that's perfect. That's exactly what I was missing.
Nice.
Aw,
Fantastic.
that's the healing power of song, you guys.
Betty or Folly, would either of you like to describe how these drugs are affecting you?
Yeah, I like look at it, and then I like look at the little like pot of just like loose halfling weed, and I just take that instead and like put it in a little like rolling paper with some tobacco, and I go, "Thanks, dear pup," and I give Danny a nudge, and then I go back to like poking around and dissecting this weird plant. with just like the equivalent of like a spliff just like hanging out of my mouth, like, oh, what the hell is this there? Just like holding it upside down, trying to find the butthole. Like, where does this thing ship from? I'm so confused.
Oh yeah, while you're singing, I probably do a weird little jig around the fireplace. That's probably some like halfway point between like an Irish, a traditional Irish dance and like the Russian.
Oh.
Dev, is there anything else I can plunder from this gross growth?
How about you roll? I was gonna have you roll a discern realities, but I mean, this thing is basically a tangled mass of vines. I was actually gonna throw it out to you guys. Do you think there should be like a core to this thing? It's basically it's pretty much just a plant, so I don't even think it has a core. I think it's mostly just
All
It's
plants
got
have
a
a core.
seed somehow, right?
yeah.
Everything starts from somewhere.
Okay, then maybe it's like there's like a center core to it. I don't think there might be some magical, alchemical, or medicinal purpose to it. But I think that's about it that you can find if you like are digging through the center of this thing. I think you find the core of it eventually.
So it's a trunk.
It's like a trunk. Yeah, it's like something. It's at the very center of this mass of tangled vines.
Could I say like in character, Danny's gonna like walk up to you and then like just tug on your sleeve and be like, I hate to be a plunderer, but if you could let me spend a little bit of time with that, perhaps I could learn the essence of this carnivorous vine and become one with it myself.
Oh, yeah, that sure would be swell there. And then while you're like looking at it, I'm just gonna kind of stand back and ask some questions. And I'm gonna be like, now that we're no longer in a mortal danger there, while you like are poking at this thing,
I'm just gonna like sit down and meditate with it.
Yeah, I wanted to just say, I mean, I want to apologize for just assuming you could do certain things there. I haven't worked too much with too many druids, and the druids that I did work with, they were kind of peace and love and flowers and whatnot. And I was just kind of wondering, like, for the future, what kind of, I don't know, what can you turn into? It's now, apparently.
That's an excellent question. And the easy answer is I don't fully know yet. But any of the animals or plants that are native to my homeland, for example, and then can I just for flavor like turn into a writhing mass of maggots?
Absolutely, yes.
I love that.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna shift back and be like, so far, it isn't very useful. Maggots are very slow creatures, and they get stepped on quite easily. Cockroaches are a little better because of the armor and their survivability, which is very useful. But I do wish there were some creatures I could turn into that weren't so interested in raw meat because I'm a vegetarian.
Well, I had a question there because I thought you could only turn into one animal. If I could find a locust there for you, could you turn into a swarm of locusts? And then if we encounter another plant type animal again, we have a whole swarm of locusts on our side.
I hate to disappoint you. The only reason that I can turn into multiple maggots is because I'm actually infested. But I was really just one of them, and the rest of them were released during my transfer.
No.
If that makes sense.
Oh, delicious.
It makes people uncomfortable when I talk about my abilities.
Listen, it doesn't bug me too much. I used to have a friend, and when I found him after this one battle, he was swollen to about 3 times his natural size from Bleu, because we found he ended up getting pushed down a whale, and it was a whole thing. So I don't think you're gonna gross me out too much, but I just wanted to know for future battles there.
Yeah, I really technically only turn into one maggot. The rest are just with me at all times.
Are you done studying the plant there? Because I think I might want to.
I don't know. How long do I have to study the essence of this plant?
Is that like a specific move?
For studied essence, I have to spend time in contemplation of it. I don't think I was even contemplating it. I was having a conversation.
I think okay. I think after your conversation, maybe you do take a moment to like study it, get a feel for it. You did have a very close interaction with it, and
sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
I like the idea that I actually have to spend time and like contemplate something because I don't know, it feels more earned to me. So what if like as we continue on our journey the next day, I'm just like holding this plant as we walk?
Ooh.
Oh well, I got this for you, and then I hold up the pickled vine that I just pickled. Okay. Unless you take the whole thing.
I like the little core. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that'll work out better. If Betty, you kind of like dig out the core of this thing, and you let Danni hang out with it for a little bit, and they give it back to you. I think Danni, you could spend some time with this this plant, and then you can give the core back to Betty so that they can do whatever they want to do with that.
Whatever weird shit I was gonna do with it,
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll take the pickled vine, and I'm just like zoned in on it.
Cool. I love it. That's great. I'm just gonna check on with you real quick, Folly. Was there anything specific that you want to do before we move on?
Not really anything specific. I was thinking about oh, maybe like Folly cuts off a piece of this vine. Not for any studying purposes, but the way light works is the spell lasts as long as it's in my presence. I don't imagine it lasts forever, but I think I cut off this one chunk and I'm just have it as a little nightlight. It's still kind of glowing a little bit.
That's super cute.
Also just to get back to the drugs. I do.
So curious.
I think Folly tries taking a hit from your pipe and coughs like a little bitch because
it's his first time. It's their first time.
Yeah. They're trying to be cool and being like, oh yeah, I've totally done this before, and just embarrasses himself.
Does he play it off or it's just nope, I'm done, I tried?
I think Folly just kind of goes and lies down and pretends to sleep. So embarrassed just to leave the little party going on with Harvey and Danny.
Yeah, we just see a shot of Folly on their back, eyes wide open.
Just plagued with embarrassment.
um, that's awesome.
I think so far, all your characters, Eliot, have at least a little bit of social anxiety, and I love that about them.
I mean, hey, play what you know.
Yeah.
Also, just like it's funny.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. So you guys wrap up the night. You guys don't really get any sleep, but dawn breaks. Molly finally wakes up. You all break camp and you continue on your journey. And I think what happens is you you pick up the trail of these griffins, and I think as you continue to follow Bleu and Betty, who are scouting this part of the venture, you guys eventually hear horrific screeches coming from the distance. They sound like an animal screaming in pain. But it also sounds like a large animal screaming in pain. And it was in the direction that you guys were headed. Danny, did you want to say something?
Oh yeah. I can understand like the language of animals. So if this is an animal and not like a fantasy creature, then I would be able to know what they're saying.
I mean, fantasy creatures are animals, so you are able.
You could say animal or monster.
Yeah, I don't think it's like. I think you could understand pretty much any fantasy creature, like if it was an owl, bear, or whatever fantasy creatures out there. But you are since you do have that ability, you are able to discern that it's a scream of help. They're calling out to kind of just whoever, help me. I'm in pain. I need help.
Okay.
Danny, become a rock. I will carry you and carry you.
Oh, if Danny, hold on. If Danny turns into a rock, they'll be so heavy.
I think Danny, like, they hear these calls for help and just start sprinting, and then like kind of last minute is like, oh, they're calling for help, and then just like, you know.
Okay, cool.
Definitely gonna follow.
Okay, is everyone following? Great. So you guys, you all are following Danny as they lead the way towards this horrific screeching, and you all make it to a clearing. You all make it to a clearing, and at the opposite end of this clearing, you guys like breach all the trees, right? And you enter this clearing. And on the other side of this clearing, you see several figures wrangling with a griffin. This griffin, from what you can see, this griffin is trapped. It looks like it got trapped in like some sort of clamp trap, like a bear trap. And these other figures are all kind of like on top of it, using a couple of them are using spears to like get it to like in the position they want it. Another one's got like a net that they're trying to like wrap over it. What are you guys gonna do?
You said creatures. Are they creatures or they're like?
Sorry, they're figures. They're you can see 4 figures. They're of varying races. Is what I was trying to get at.
Okay. I mean, I have an idea, but like, I feel like we should let Danny take the lead.
Yeah, they haven't noticed you guys yet, so you guys have like a second or a minute to talk about what you guys want to do. If you want to talk about it, or if you want to.
I get to make a called thought when my target is surprised. So can I target the hands of the guy who's like about to throw the net and like knock the net out of his hand and then hand the floor over to Danni to these guys to go fuck off?
Yeah, that sounds absolutely fair. Go ahead and roll your called shot.
That is a 10.
Ooh.
Ooh,
So
perfect.
I get to deal damage as well as they drop whatever they're holding.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, so let me see. I gotta figure out. Let me see who's doing this. Okay, it's gonna be this guy. He's got the net. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do non-lethal, but I rolled 5, so I just want to
Ooh,
his hand.
that's amazing. Okay. You're doing non-lethal. I think. Okay, so I know that you were doing non-lethal. Oops. But
If I
this
take
guy.
off a finger or two, that's fine.
I was gonna say. I think you said you cut off some of his fingers. He's not looking. This figure's not looking too hot. He immediately drops the thing. He crouches down and he just screams in pain as he cradles his hand. You can't tell how many fingers you got, but there's blood gushing over his other hand, and there's his whole all of his fists are just covered in blood. And they see you guys, and uh, one of them yells, "You two, um, take care of that!" And he points at you guys, and you see the two of them who were holding spears. The two with the spears turn at you and uh, start running at you. What do you do?
What's the
Ooh.
plan there, Danni?
Oh.
Well, what was your plan, Zach?
Oh, well, no, I mean, if two are running at us with spears, I'm gonna divert their attention.
How are you doing that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna step out in front of everyone with my shield out and start just slamming my flail down a few times as like a display of aggression, and kind of just start sidestepping away from everybody.
Cool.
Very slowly, very subtly.
Yeah. That's awesome. That sounds like you're trying to defend. So why don't you go ahead and roll that? That's plus con.
Oof. 5.
You got a 5?
I got a 5.
Okay. Go ahead and take XP. One of them, I think, throws their spear at you, and I think it deals a glancing blow. Or we'll see how much it does, but it's gonna deal some damage to you, and it's gonna do 3 damage minus your armor.
Nope.
So no damage.
No damage?
Yeah, it's just gonna. So they throw the spear.
Yeah.
So I probably just hold my shield up and just do the 300 thing. Just.
Oh, that's
No.
awesome. Okay, that's tight as hell. Yeah, they throw their spear. It just bounces off your shield as you deflect it, and it falls into some foliage.
Say something Zach like I don't know, be better.
Yeah, no, I think he said that. Just be better. No, he says, your aim brings shame upon your bloodline.
Oh, you see his face turn red in both anger and embarrassment, or you can't tell either or.
You will die a prideless warrior.
Oh God.
Oh my God. And let's see. I think the other issue with that is the other figure. So I think the figure who threw the spear at you was a halfling, of the kangaroo variety, and I think the other figure.
Marsupial meat.
I think the other figure who is an elf, who has their spear still, throws it at Danni, who's out in front. What do you do?
Absurd.
I would like to defy this danger.
Cool. How are you doing that?
The
Are you
usual way.
you're gonna dodge?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then go ahead and roll plus dexterity.
10.
Oh my god. Okay, phenomenal. The spear whizzes by you. You dodge out of the way, no problem.
Nice.
The two figures who were running at you with spears, both whip out uh some long knives or short swords, and um they're ready to take you guys on. In the background, you guys see the one figure still wrangling with the trapped griffin, and in the air, you hear another screech. There's another griffin in the air circling around above you guys, um, whose intention you don't fully understand at this point. And I think we're gonna end it right here, in the midst of battle.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
Okay.
damn.
Yeah, I don't wanna draw this out too long.
Okay.
And this way we can take some time doing our end of session stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
But that was a cliffhanger, Devon.
Yeah, I hope everyone's excited for the next episode. Great. So let's do our end of session moves. Let's see. I think we'll do the general ones, and then we'll go with the more specific ones.
Okay.
So did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yes, we learned
Yes.
that light works on plants, and
Great.
we learned that there are plants that can walk around.
Yep.
Yep.
And I learned how to be a carnivorous vine.
Perfect. Love it. Everyone take a point of XP.
Oh, and let us not forget, we learned what goblin berries smell like.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Blech. Gross.
Go first.
Only the 8th worst.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
remember.
your 8th worst, you know.
Yeah.
Did you guys overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say so. I think that plant monster that you guys took on, quite notable, quite memorable.
I love being low level because I love that all the monsters are like kind of cute, you know?
Yeah.
Like an evil plant.
Pig.
And a pig. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to come up with some more scary monsters for you guys.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of those chests that are like also a monster. You know what I'm talking about?
Mimic.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've always wanted to fight one of those.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
I'm
Those have
excited
appeared in
because-
Tome of Woes, but never as a chest.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm excited because I've been keeping all of like trophies from everything just in case we can sell them for stuff. But now that I know that Danny just has to like meditate on the nature of a thing, I have like the teeth of a ghoul mother. I have the blood of a razor pig. I got all this shit for you to study. That
Yeah, I can't wait to see what my moves are for carnivorous plant. I feel like, I mean, just in my mind, as we were walking through the forest, Danny's like half shifting into a carnivorous plant, so just like sprouting a vine and then like going back and being like, interesting.
That's so funny. And then, did you guys? Did you loot a memorable treasure?
Betty did.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. I don't know. Do we want to give that to everyone or just to Betty?
I think.
I mean, I'm gonna give it to everyone because you all got,
Everyone.
you guys got the goblin berries.
Mhm.
Yes.
the goblin berries. Also, besides getting the stuff from the ghoul mother, I got my own shit I want to do with this carnivorous plant, but Danny took the core to study, which feels like a treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Folly took the part of it for light, and then Zach has his horrifying ghoul weapon. So we all got some new stuff.
Absolutely. You guys are absolutely right. Yeah, everyone take an XP for that. And then we're gonna go through everyone's alignment again. Zach, or I'm sorry, Harvey, did you play to your alignment?
Yes.
I think so too. So go ahead and take an XP for that. Danny, what is your alignment?
Chaotic. I'm supposed to encourage people to break the rules, and I tried to via drugs today.
Ooh, yeah, absolutely take a point for that. That's great.
Love it.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. Folly, what's your alignment?
Neutral, avoid or escape from trouble without resolving it. I don't know if I did that this session.
Ooh.
That was so
I will say I have been thinking of rewriting that, so I might.
Yeah, if we want to come
Might.
back next time with it with a
Yes.
slightly tweaked alignment, that's totally understandable.
Yeah, I think it is.
But it's hard because you were working on avoiding fighting this plant creature monster, but also at the same time you were kind of like attacking it.
Yeah. I feel like avoiding or escaping from trouble would be like fucking off or like running away.
Yeah, pulling a molly is what we call
Yes.
it. Okay, cool. So then we won't let you
I'll
take
come
an
back to
XP for that guy.
Yeah.
And then Betty, what's your alignment?
I stuck to, or it's lawful. I stuck to, or I enforced a contract.
Ooh.
You got
I
the
mean,
goblin berries.
yeah, I feel.
Back. We're heading after the griffin.
Yeah, I feel like just by you doing kind of like the assignment, you're kind of sticking to your alignment.
Dope.
Cool. So take an XP for that. And then, did anyone feel like they resolved any of their bonds?
Yes.
We'll go with Harvey first because I think you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah. So I had a bond of that. I thought Betty was soft, but I will make them hard like me. With the gift of the ghoul mother flail.
The toothless mother.
The toothless mother. Harvey is determined that Betty is not soft.
Perfect. Go ahead and take an XP for that. And go ahead and write up a new bond. I think you guys discussed it earlier. And then Betty, you think you resolved a bond?
Yeah. So originally for Danny, I had Danny is a friend of nature, so I will be a friend of I will be their friend as well. But I have realized that I thought that I assumed that because they were a druid, but they're not like any other druids I've met. So I wrote, Danny isn't like any druid I've ever met. I must learn how they think.
Ooh, interesting. Go ahead and take an XP for that, for your new bond.
Nice.
Did Danny or Folly think that they resolved a bond?
I kind of want to. So I didn't like have like a meaningful interaction with Betty this session, but I have been kind of wanting to rewrite my bond with her just because my bond is currently Betty has insulted my deity. I do not trust them, and I think it's. I don't think Folly like distrusts Betty at this point necessarily. I think it's so I'm not sure if I want to rewrite that now or wait until we next play this and try to work that into the actual role play somehow.
Ooh, okay. How about you go ahead and resolve it now so you can take the XP, and then maybe we can discuss the new bond during our next session.
Yeah, I kind of have like a vague idea for what I something like less wordy than this, but something to the effect of Betty is a strong fighter and knows a lot about the world outside Antara. But her motives but I don't know, something to the effect of like her motives are unknown to me. So it's kind of like it still has an element of like I don't 100% know what's going on with her. But
ooh, how about like you want to learn her motives?
That would be good. Yeah.
Cool. I like that a lot.
So, and there will probably be some opportunities for role playing next time because I was debating between talking to Danny about the shape shifting stuff or talking to Folly about all the stuff that I'm collecting that we could potentially
Mhm.
have their mom sell
Mhm.
for us. So we can bring that up.
Yeah, we can work with that at some point for sure.
Cool. Great.
I also
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
I resolved one, sort of.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I fully understand the bonds, but anyway, my bond with Betty was Betty smells of home, and for that she must pay.
Oh,
And I think that Danny realized that like the fact that Betty is experienced in battle is actually more of a plus than a negative, especially since she was like, I had a friend who died once and I saw them all bloated and nothing you can do is gonna like weird me out. I feel like Danny feels like, kind of doesn't feel this way anymore.
cool.
Nice.
I think you should definitely resolve that and go ahead and take the XP for that. And then if you want to like think about what your new bond with Betty will be, you can take some time on that. We can talk about that when we come back to this.
Did anybody get enough XP to level up?
I forgot how many you need, but I feel like I did.
I'm
It's
gonna be
level
honest,
plus
I've already
7.
completed my level up.
Oh, because we have to do leveling up as a turn. So I was gonna say, can we, if we have to do it as like a move, can we just agree to remember to do it after we take out these punks who are messing with the griffin?
Yeah, I think we should. I think you guys should not level up for the next session, and you should wait until um after we finish next session.
I just mean I have my stuff picked.
Remind me
That's
again how
Like
many we
just
need
level up.
to level up?
we need 7 plus your current level.
Oh, then I definitely got it. Okay.
I almost got to the next level up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's crazy!
I'm like 4 XP away.
Holy crap!
Well, because I hit the level up cap with my fails during the
I
session.
I was gonna say you did fail a couple of times, so I bet that helped a bit.
Yeah, just the fails got me to the next level, and then the after session XP got
Cool.
me most of the way to the next one.
Yes. Level yourselves up. I want to throw harder shit at you guys.
Please and thank you. Because I'm taking a +1 armor next level.
Yeah. I'm gonna think about that spider cave, see what I can throw at you guys. Okay, cool. And then let's do inspiration. So we have the 3 triggers. Who do you think hit the fuck it, that was cool?
We had a lot of fuck it, that was cool.
There was a lot of cool shit that happened.
Yeah.
I want to either say Danny for smushing the plant, or Folly for the moment of like touching it and it like goes to the center and then whew, like with the light spell. That was pretty boss.
I think
I know,
vote
that's what I was
Folly.
thinking too.
I was gonna vote Folly as well for that. So Folly, I think you should take a point of inspiration for fuck it, that was cool.
Nice.
Because fuck it, that was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Fuck it was.
We only had to spend like 5. We only had to spend 10 minutes arguing about it.
Debating.
That's what made it so cool.
Yeah.
Is this allowed?
Who was the workhorse?
I vote Harvey for like not only all the fighting moves he did, but also like the moves that just kind of made it easier for everyone else to do their moves. If that makes not like mechanic, like when he lit the thing on fire and then I Hulk smashed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Harvey was like on
I
point.
take that.
Harvey was like on mission the whole time.
Damage output all night.
Yeah.
And then who was our role player for the session?
I want to give it to Danny just because of the long conversation we had about their like their the maggots and everything else.
I know. I was like torn between Danny and Betty because Betty was also like gonna carve up these monsters that we've defeated.
I
With
personally feel like it was Betty.
Yeah, collecting the roadkill is like pretty on brand.
And Betty had a scene with everybody, pretty much.
Take
I'll
your
take it.
yeah,
inspiration.
I'm gonna vote Betty on this one.
I can't wait to make a roadkill jambalaya for y'all. It'll be so
Ooh.